Hey, Virgil. Oh, I hope I said that name right. I am sorry if I didn't. I am terrible with names. Anyways, this is Jessica Peterson. We spoke this morning, and I really do appreciate your time and that you accepted this video because I am super excited to show you what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to be giving you some tips that you guys can start using right away, and it's going to make a huge difference for you guys. And I know this because I have used these exact same strategies with more than 50 other restoration companies throughout the United States, and it's made a huge difference. And I'm not just talking about one or two extra jobs. I'm talking about a huge difference. I'm talking about hitting goals and goals they never even thought they would ever achieve. So what I'm about to share with you today is pretty big deal, and it's going to make a huge difference. And I'm sure you probably wonder, like, why do I even do this video? What's in it for me? And that's really a fair question. And honestly, I am so passionate about everything you guys do. Your job is so critical for your community and your customers. You are helping people that have been displaced get their lives back. And to me, that is more important than any other job out there, just about. Okay, so I'm really passionate about what you guys do. So if I can do this one video and you guys can take those steps, run with it on your own, apply these, and start getting those extra jobs, helping more people, and hitting those goals, that's amazing. Or if you decide, hey, I want to employ this strategy, but I want help doing it, I want a partner in this success, then we're here for that too. But either way, if you as long as you're taking these strategies and you're putting them to work for you and you're making a difference for you guys and your community, that is all that matters. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about content, citations, and backlinks. Okay, so with Google, to rank your website and rank for keywords, it has nothing to do with how your website looks. You guys have a great looking website, but it's not about the appearance. Google ranks websites based on content. Content is key, and you need a lot of content. So we're talking images. Let's see. Look at this image here. Save image as. Content is your videos, it's your images. You want to make sure everything is optimized with those local keywords. So this just says icon mold. Okay, so all of these need to be optimized. So you guys are working San Diego, so it should be San Diego mold removal, or one of your keywords related, okay? So you want to work on those local keywords because most people searching won't know who you are. They're searching by the services and help that they need. And then, in addition to images and video, it's written content. You need a ton of this written content because Google sends little crawlers, which are like little robots, to this website, and it scans every single page you have, trying to read all of the content and image information to understand what you guys are all about. What type of services do you offer? And so if this content isn't written the right way, if it's not focused on those local keywords, there isn't anything Google can index. Google doesn't understand what you're about, so how on earth could they send you customers, right? So it's really, really important that you have a really solid content and keyword strategy. Your homepage is the most important page of the entire website because it ties all of your pages together. So that homepage needs to be built around those major services that you offer. And it needs to have a minimum of 1,500 words of content or more. If your competitors have 1,500 words, you need more than they do. So you're going to want to shoot for 1,800 keywords. So you definitely want to really, really work on your content and keyword strategy. This is going to be huge for you guys, okay? So if we look at the number one water damage restoration company on Google for San Diego, we get certified restoration. They also have a good site. They got tons of pages for all their services and even service area pages. Their homepage has a ton of keyword focused keywords, okay? So they've got tons and tons of content, not just on the homepage, but also on their back pages, their service pages, service area pages, and they do tons of long form blog content. And doing all of that with their keyword strategy allows them to be indexed for a lot more keywords and to drive a ton of traffic and be more authoritative with Google, okay? And when we're talking content, it's not just the content on your website that matters. It's the content out on the internet, the content on your socials and your Google business, okay? Now, when somebody does a search in Google, as we both know, they're going to put in some type of key term like water damage restoration San Diego. And there's 3 different areas that we want your business to show up in, so that you're one of the first people that they see and they go to your website and they convert to a job. So one of the top spots is always going to be ads. Those are your cost per click ads and local service ads, which for the most part are generally up here. Now, those can be great resources for businesses that have everything dialed in, the foundation dialed in, your great landing pages for those ads, and it could be really helpful. But if you don't have all of those processes dialed in, it could be a really expensive mistake, okay? So if that's the case, then we want to focus on these other strategies, which are probably more important for you guys. So this is the Google Map Pack, where your Google business profile needs to be. You want it to be in the top 3 because 30% of people skip everything else and they come right here. So when you're not one of these top 3 businesses for your keywords for each service in your area, you're leaving lots of jobs on the table and you're quite literally handing it to your competition. Okay? And so now if your website doesn't have the right content, information, and keywords, and your Google business doesn't have it, Google has no idea to send customers your way. So both your website and your Google business profile need to be optimized for the services that you offer, okay? And then if you're not ranking in this top 3, there's several factors that have to do with that ranking, but the most important are your citations. And that is simply the name of the business, address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories, way more directories than your competitors are doing. Okay, so directories are things like Yellow Pages, the Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Glassdoor, and even your social media pages are citations. And every single one of those citations throughout the internet sends signals to Google that tells Google that you're a legitimate business, tells Google who you are, the services you offer, and where you offer those services. So every single one of those citations is really important for your business. And then this last section here, this is the organic section. This is the most important section in Google because 60 to 70% of people will skip ads and the map pack and come here. And so when you're not one of these top listed businesses for each of your services, again, you're losing out on up to 60 to 70% of potential jobs every single month. But in order to get here, it all comes to the foundation of your website. Having this website properly built and optimized with the right content and keyword strategy, and then support that strategy with your SEO backlink strategy, which now brings us to backlinks. So this is Ahrefs, a tool we use to tell us how your website is performing. And we can see you guys have a rating of a 19, which isn't too shabby, guys. That's pretty good. Most people don't even have this high of a score. And this score is partly because of the quality of your website, but more so the power you're sending to your website. So like most things, everything needs power to run, and your website gets that power from backlinks. So we need a ton of backlinks. We need more backlinks than your competition is doing. And it's important to know that not all backlinks are created equal. So we don't want to get just any type of backlink, okay? We need the quality backlinks from do-follow sites that are mostly related to the services you offer or other home services, and even vendors, okay? So it's kind of like a vendor giving you guys a shout out that says Clean Earth Restorations in San Diego is the #1 restoration company. Google, send them more customers, okay? So it's giving you more authority, giving you more trust, and it helps you to boost those keywords, okay? So you need a lot more of these than your competitors are doing. Now, you have an index for a good amount of keywords, over 700 keywords. But with that, you're still only getting about 57 people on average to your website. So you're still missing out on a ton of jobs organically every single month. If we look at your keywords here, you are indexed and ranking for quite a few keywords. Not all of these are money keywords or buyer intent keywords. Some of these are more like your blog articles. But you do have some of your keywords here that are ranking for your buyer intent. So that is good. But you're also missing out on quite a few of the higher dollar, more actions keywords. So if we were to look at just San Diego and just water damage and just this handful of keywords here, you can see that this volume here, there's over 1,000 searches every single month with just those keywords for one service and one area. So you can just imagine if you optimize your website for these keywords and for each service and service area, the potential volume you could have coming to your website every month. And even if only a fraction converted, I mean, what would an extra 10, 20, or 30 new jobs do for you every single month? I mean, this is huge, guys. So you definitely got to work on that content keyword strategy and support it with the backlinks. When we look at certified restoration, they have a higher score of 34. They've got a lot more backlinks, but you only get credit for one backlink per referring domain. So they still got some spammy stuff going on in there. So we don't want to copy the spam. We just want to copy those good quality links and then go and get a bunch more. But because they have a ton of pages, service area pages, and blogs, they have an index for over 2,700 keywords. They're getting over 2,400 people to their website every single month. So yes, these guys can be beatable, but it is going to take some work getting there. So now if you follow all three of these strategies, your content, citation, and backlink strategies, you guys have a huge opportunity to organically not only be more competitive, but even dominate for some of your services and service areas. And you are more than welcome to take every piece of this information and run with it, apply it, and make a difference. But at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty. We specialize in working with restoration companies just like you, doing exactly this. And so if you'd like a partner in this process and try to speed up this process, we are here to help. If you have any questions or you'd like to book an appointment on our calendar, go ahead and respond to our email or even give us a call here and we'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.